Brooklyn Independent Television.
Although most people don't think of New York as wine country, that belief is soon to change. With wine produced with grapes from the North Fork of Long Island, the Red Hook Winery boasts a broad number of delectable offerings from Cabernet to Chardonnay that is sure to put Red Hook on the winery map.
I'm Mark Snyder, and we're in the Red Hook Winery. And this was a project that we started in 2008. The primary reason was to really try to spotlight the magic of our local growing region. We tried to produce single vineyard and single block expressions of wines that come from their vineyards.
The Red Hook Winery is still fairly under the radar, and we're, at least so far, glad that we're part of the neighborhood. It's really fun to have the opportunity to work so freely down here. Really enjoy our neighbors, and we're glad to have the chance to be part of Brooklyn's sort of growing food industry.
There's not many people making wine in an urban environment, and you probably won't find this in many other places in the world.
The people that are involved in this project, Bob Foley, Abe Schoner, Christopher Nicholson, Darren Pallas, Ben Nicholas, we created this project as a group to really spotlight the wineries and the vineyards of Long Island. And it's really an experiment. We're trying to produce world-class wines. It's about 30 years old, which in the wine world is a very young viticultural region. We feel that it has the potential to be certainly one of the most prominent wine-growing regions in the world.
We've released very few of the wines because we're so young. We're just modeling our very first stuff for the public to taste. But the people who have tasted them seem to feel really strongly about them, and we're excited that people have interest in it.
We crush on the street corner of Dwight Street in Red Hook, Brooklyn, and we also make some serious wines. It sets us apart from other wines in Long Island. Is we're more of an experiment, I would have to say, and we're trying to be as true to the area and the varietal as possible. For instance, we bottled 24 different wines from the 09 and 08 vintage, and we're striving to make better wine every day.
I've always felt that there was a little bit of a disconnect between New York City, which is an incredibly international wine market, and our local region, which is Long Island and even Finger Lakes. They feel like it's such a dedication to take the ride out. So bringing the winery to Brooklyn gives a little bit more of a connection to the wine buyers in New York City, and this is something that everyone could be a part of and get to experience a lot more easily, the convenience factor of being part of the local wine-growing region. When we decided to put together the Red Hook Winery, this was the neighborhood that really encouraged us and inspired us to actually put the winery in. This is a neighborhood that has very deep industrial roots and artistic roots, and another aspect of the reasoning behind why we started the Red Hook Winery was really to try and reignite that spirit in Brooklyn and New York in general, and especially in Red Hook.
So Mark, I'm pretty excited. This is actually a winery in Brooklyn. Tell me about the process. Tell me what happens.
Well, we get grapes from Long Island. They come in on refrigerated trucks. White grapes come in. They go in this machine. There's like a corkscrew, which brings them through this part of the machine, and it knocks the berries off the stems. And the berries fall down into this machine, which is really a pump. Now the white grapes, then, with a hose, we go from this pump into this press, and the juice comes out of the skins and goes into this pan. Then we just take the outlet and put the juice right into one of these tanks, either the square ones or the round ones, and we let it chill out for a couple of days. And then after 2 days, we take the juice, which is here, which I could show you. And you can taste it. And that goes into barrels. And then we ferment the juice into wine.
I would assume the same process has to occur for the red grapes.
So the red grapes, this same deal happens. But instead of the grapes going into the press, The grapes then go into the tanks, or bins or barrels. So you've got this big thing of, red grapes. Then you would sprinkle the juice over the skin. So I can show you these bins right now. We brought in some Pinot Noir from the Carrie Vineyard.
Ooh,
and we put them in bins because it's a little bit more gentle.
Okay.
So here, we'll have to
Show
look
me.
at that.
Okay.
One option is we can go into bin like this, as I mentioned. What happens is, as it starts to ferment, the skins float to the top because the carbon dioxide from the fermentation process pushes what becomes a cap. And this is a very gentle way of making wine. Wine ages in barrels from anywhere from 6 months to 2 years. As a matter of fact, I could show you a very interesting technique when we go out here.
Oh, definitely. Okay.
So when we were speaking about experimentation, here's a good example. Ben is punching down Chardonnay. We leave the skins with the juice, and we ferment this like a red wine.
Right, so you're treating the white grapes like a red grape.
Exactly.
Is there any way I can taste your wines? Excellent. First of all, I have to say your packaging is amazing.
This is a Riesling, and this is actually from Seneca Lake.
It's one of my favorites. One of my favorites.
Cheers.
And what red is this?
This is a Cabernet Sauvignon from Jamesport Vineyard.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. I loved coming to this winery. I can't
you
believe
so
we're on
much.
Red Hook and we're in a winery. That's amazing.
Thank you
so
very
much. It was
much.
nice meeting you.
Follow us on Twitter at BK Independent TV.